So today I will be updating outdated fashion. So I'm taking items that are pretty outdated, but are still sold in stores, and then showing you alternatives that are so much more up to date, more classic and timeless. That's the thing, is that a lot of trends, they go in and out of style. I'm going to be taking these specific items, showing you updated versions that will last you so much longer than these like hot and heavy trends would. That way we're not constantly buying new clothes, getting rid of clothes. You know, that's one of the reasons why I love classic and timeless styles and pieces, because they look good forever and we're not spending so much money on these fad trends that are constantly going in and out. First thing, a lot of people are saying skinny jeans are out of style, out to date, get rid of them. I completely disagree. I think you should keep your skinny jeans, but what you should do as well is maybe take a pause on purchasing like any new skinny jeans and try out some different styles instead, like the straight leg, wide leg styles. Those are my favorite. More up-to-date jean options, while still maintaining like a classy, chic look and something that will last a really long time. Specifically opt for pairs that are not so dramatic. So avoid the distressing, avoid the raw hemline, go for a thick, stiffer, rigid denim, something really high in quality. However, I would avoid the overly trendy, like Gen Z, baggy type of jeans. Those I can 100% tell you they are hot and heavy right now, but give it a year or two, people are gonna hate them. Now, who remembers this animal print here? Leopard print was so hot and heavy. I think I mentioned this in another video, but I knew this would get outdated so freaking quick. I don't know what it is, but I feel like animal print like this just looks so cheap to me. So instead, just go for more classic and timeless prints. Like, I love floral patterns. Those look so much better. Those always look good every single year. Sometimes like the patterns are just a little bit more up to date. They change the style, the color palette, but essentially just floral for spring and summer always looks amazing. So anyways, that's the fashion swap I would do. Now, strap shoes like this are stuck to a certain time period for sure. I can't quite pinpoint exactly what time period. I would avoid these styles. I think they're a little too busy, doesn't look polished or simple, and it's definitely something that is just dated to a time. Everybody purchased them, they sell them everywhere. And instead, what I would buy, if you're going to buy them anyways, is more minimal, dainty styles like this. These definitely give off a more classic and timeless vibe, and they are not only that, they're very flattering if you're petite because they're not very bold or aggressive or dramatic. I think I noticed that if you want items in your wardrobe that will look good for years and years to come, is go for the very minimal and simple styles. So these kind of shoes are a great example of that, because they still have the strappy element and detail, but they're not so aggressive like this style here. I was a huge fan of the colored leather jacket trend many years ago. I think this was like in my early teens. I was so into this. This, I have to say, is great. Again, if you're early teens. Colored leather jackets, one, look cheap because natural leather jackets are, you know, in nude colors or black. They look more expensive. I would avoid the colored ones because this is something you could find at like Forever 21. Rue 21, Ross, Burlington, stuff like this. I mean, it just looks cheap. You want something a little bit more up to date, modern, go for black, maybe beige, brown. Those look so much better. Slouchy bags. Now, this is definitely outdated. I feel like you could date this to like 2012, 2015 probably. So instead of this, just go for structured minimal purses. I can guarantee you that these will always look good and always look polished because they're very simple, minimal, not really much to them. And I do love exploring and trying out different styles of purses and handbags. I think it's okay to do. But something that's like frumpy like this, it just looks really sloppy, really messy. You can still find great casual practical styles similar to this, but something that's more structured and looks more polished. I've shared a video recently on sharing my favorite bags that every woman should at least check out. So I'll link that video down below if you guys wanted to check that out. Next thing that I think is definitely outdated are these tight mini shorts. I unfortunately participated in this when I was preteen to teens, and honestly, I didn't think it was really appropriate for myself looking back at it now. I don't know why my mom let me wear this, but definitely not flattering. It looks like it's too short. It looks like it's too small for you. something that's definitely outdated. And then not only that, it's just not practical. And what I would wear instead is longer length and a little bit looser around the thigh. So that way it just looks more flattering. And this also is great if you have athletic built legs like I do. Kind of gives it more of a slimmer appearance and gives it the illusion of longer looking legs. And not only that, they're not tight around your thighs, so they're a lot more comfortable, and you also sweat less in them in the summer because you have airflow. So I love shorts like this because not only are they so flattering, but they're actually one of the most practical type of shorts to wear in the summer because nothing's hugging you and making you sweat and uncomfortable. Another thing I definitely participated in, I feel like it's such a millennial thing. Like, I'm looking back at these, I'm like, this is just such millennial fashion back in the day, which is funny though. I'm not actually a millennial, believe it or not. I'm actually Gen Z. I was born in 97, and which is when Gen Z started. But I have way more millennial traits. Just learned that actually recently. This whole time I thought I was a millennial, but I am clearly not. Anyways, thigh-high socks. I loved wearing these so much, and this is definitely so outdated. I don't really see anybody wearing these anymore, but I thought I'd throw it in there for a little bit of nostalgia for anyone out there that has worn these. A lot of times I would see them worn with like ankle boots that have a really high heel and then these really long thigh-high socks. So instead of wearing a combination like this, what I would wear instead is knee-high boots, but make sure the knee-high boot has clean lines and it's just very sleek and not scrunchy or bunchy. And I would also avoid wearing socks underneath it that peek out. Remember, that was a huge trend. I also participated in that. Fitted utility jackets like this. If you are looking for something that's a little bit more up to date, I would go for something, again, just a little bit more oversized, more relaxed. It doesn't necessarily have to be like big and oversized, but just something more relaxed. I really love styles like this, for example. I think they still give that utility vibe, which they do because that's the style of it. You see all the pockets and the stitching and whatnot, but it has a more relaxed look. And not only that, these more relaxed styles make it so much easier to layer, so it gives you that versatility. One of the things I hate about layering is that when things feel too bulky, so that's why I like a lot of my outerwear pieces to have a more relaxed look. Not only does it look effortless, cool, fresh, up to date, but it's also very practical and wearable. Busy jewelry, and along with something people are actually doing now, which is just overly stacking their necklaces. I don't know why this is such a pet peeve of mine, but like, a lot of people say wear minimal jewelry, which is my point. Instead of like these like long, thick jewelry pieces, go for minimal dainty versions instead, which is obviously way more up to date. But one thing I think will be outdated so fast before you know it is overly stacking your necklaces. I see stacks like of 4, 5, or 6 of minimal dainty necklaces, but it just looks way too busy. Like, I love the necklaces, but all together it's too much. So I would say, you know, my maximum is 3 necklaces to wear at once, like a longer pendant one and then maybe 2 layering ones. More than that, definitely wouldn't stack like multiple pendant necklaces at once. I just think keeping it really simple really elevates the outfit and doesn't look as distracting. Not only that, I mean, if you've tried wearing like plus necklaces at once, they get tangled in like 5 minutes and it's freaking annoying. And that brings it to the end of this video. That was 9 outdated fashion items that I swapped for something more up to date and something that's more classy and timeless at the same time. Then I'll see you over on this video where I share chic bags that every woman needs in their wardrobe. Bye!